Hey, niggas always extra there. All the white niggas and all these looking like, where's this nigga running to? It's not a BT test. Slow the fuck down. Hold up, buddy. Come sit down and tell us some jokes, okay? This is the fuck we came here to watch. Hey, listen. Hey, before we get started, right? I just want to say hello to everybody. And I want to tell y'all that I pray that y'all are having a good time. Now, with that being said, there's a couple things that I want to point out. And y'all are military people, because I heard somebody talking about it. So I'm going to say this in y'all language. The latrine is that way. The exit is that way. So if you walk this way, I feel threatened. And I'm gonna use deadly force. Because too many of our brethren these days been getting fucked up by you goddamn regular civilian, army, non-comedic people. And yes, we got a term for y'all. Just like y'all got a term for us, y'all call us civilians and shit. We call y'all not funny. That's what the fuck we call y'all, yeah? We got a term for y'all too. So how y'all doing tonight, man? How y'all doing tonight? I see y'all out here looking good tonight. Thank y'all for coming tonight. I really appreciate y'all for showing up tonight. I know y'all saw the actual person who was introducing everybody, you know, and he's not a gangbanger, although he's he looks like he might start crip walking anytime they play something, but he's not really a gangbanger. And he got kicked out of the army for fraternization, so I just wanted to out there. He couldn't keep his penile organ in his pants. Okay? Just thought I'd let y'all know that disclaimer up front.
Don't come here and tell him my fucking business.
Is that where the midget story comes in?
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Hey. So I got a question for y'all, man. Any of y'all got children? Teenage children, children who was graduated, children in college? Don't them motherfuckers make you sick, right? I hate them. Oh my God. Listen.
You said that quick.
I'm chilling. Matter of fact, does your father like you? like that's the question. Because I began to understand and realize that old people don't like young people. Okay, I'll give you an example of what happened. This is why I say this. I had my son, who is now 20. Okay? He was 19 at the time. My mom comes out, and we're at my mom's house. She's sitting down, and my son comes outside, and he looks at my mom, and he's like, I like your drip, Grandma. And she was like, what? And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. It's about to start right now. He said, I like your drip, Grandma. She said, what, if I pissed on myself, why you just didn't fucking tell me? I said, no, Mom, that ain't what that mean. That ain't what that mean. That mean he like your style, your outfit. Dad said, my dad was sitting over there, he said, well, no, that's what we used to call when the lady burned you. My mama looked at him like, how you know about that, Larry? That shit started a fight between them, man. That shit's funny as fuck, man. See old people arguing and shit. And when you see your parents argue, my dad was like, he really came to vent to me the next day, right? Sitting outside talking to him, having a discussion with him, and he said, boy, your goddamn mom, she just kept, I was like, Dad, tired of hearing about you and Mom. Y'all been fucking married for 46 years. Are you going somewhere? Like, fucking stop telling me your fucking problems. Like, I'm trying to find a motherfucking love. Like, shit, he has fucked it up for me completely, thinking that there's a happily ever after, you know? And as I digress, I like to say, I heard one of my fellow brethren earlier tonight, and this is before I go into my set. I heard him talking about ads. So this is what really happened to me, and I decided I would tell y'all the story. And before I go into it, don't fucking judge me. Because some of you motherfuckers have done this before too. So I'm sitting down in the living room and I'm thinking, because I'm a comedian, so I'm always working on shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like just like medication come with side effects, you know, like may cause drowsiness, may cause you do not operate heavy machinery while taking. I was thinking, like, my bitch should come with side effects. Like, I should be able to call this bitch mama and she should be able to tell me everything. Like, don't cheat on this bitch, she's dangerous with a knife. She took kung fu when she was younger, right? And I was thinking about this shit and I was like, you know what? I feel like something else. So I just turned to porn. And I began to watch porn. And he was like, yeah, he know what you're fucking talking about.
He's going to watch porn right now.
He's been yeah. I was getting ready to watch porn, and I watched porn, and I don't know who the new porn stars are now, but I was looking for Cherokee that ass, right? Y'all know who that is. You know. And I found an old video that's one of my favorites, and I'm watching it on free porn television. And I'm in there, and well, let's just say it's about to happen. You know, right there at that point. All of a sudden, a fucking ad comes on. I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's like, that's like a teenager being left for dead and shit nowadays. So as this shit happens, the commercial comes on, and I can't help it because it's fucking fascinating. It's a dildo that comes on, and this motherfucker, it goes in and out and turns at the same goddamn time, right? And as I'm looking at this motherfucker, I realized how I had to look to someone else if they had walked in a couple of years. So at this point, I'm literally like this. And it's a dildo on TV. So now I'm like, this is a compromising fucking position. I don't know how I quite feel about this. But the dildo is so fucking fascinating, right? To me, I'm like, I'm sweating just like this. And I'm looking, and I got my fucking mouth open, so now I'm like, oh, this is really like, this is exceptionally bad, right? So, as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking to myself, like, the dildo has like a much younger dick vein, like it has no high blood pressure or nothing. Like, so while I'm doing this, as I'm thinking this, my wife walks in like, what the fuck are you? And she looks at me like I'm nasty. Like I was the most disgusting fucking thing she had ever saw in her life. Like, if I was married to a white woman, y'all know she would have been like, oh, cool. So goddamn, hey. Anyhow, she looks at me like I'm the most disgusting motherfucker on the planet, right? So at this time, I look at her back, but my mouth is already open. So I turned to her and I was like, but at this time, while I'm looking at her, she sees the dick on television, and now she's like, this motherfucker has been starting arguments around the house ever since. I'm like, bitch, I'm not going. I know what you want. You're not getting out this fucking marriage due to that dick on TV. No. It's fucking over, I tell you that. Hey, listen, man. I'm Karen Fox. It's been fun entertaining y'all.
Oh, man.
Continue with the
Oh, man.